So children, you see first absorption spectrum. Different plant pigments absorb only certain wavelengths of light. These wavelengths are not absorbed at the same rate. Each pigment absorbs wavelength in its own way. Chlorophyll A absorbs primarily the violet and red region of the visible spectrum. Chlorophyll B absorbs more of the blue and red region of the spectrum. Green light is not absorbed, it is reflected back. A curve obtained by plotting the amount of absorption of different wavelength of light by a particular pigment is called absorption spectrum of that pigment. So children, you can see there in the graph the absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B and beta carotene. So chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B and beta carotene are different pigments. They are absorbing the light of different wavelength. Therefore, we can say this graph shows amount of light absorbed at different wavelength by different pigment. And for the absorption spectrum, a single exposure of full light is required, and this graphic representation tells us the amount of light absorbed of different wavelength by different pigment, that is chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B and beta carotene. Next is action spectrum. It is a graph that shows the actual rate of photosynthesis measured in terms of oxygen production at different wavelength of light. It shows the use of light energy of different wavelength. An action spectrum is a curve showing the effectiveness of different wavelength of light in stimulating the process being investigated. The curve showing the rate of photosynthesis at different wavelength of light is called action spectrum. So children, you can see there is a graph showing the relationship between action spectrum for photosynthesis and absorption spectra of major photosynthetic pigment chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B and carotenoids. Action spectrum shows use of light of different wavelength in photosynthesis, and in this we study the light utilization at various wavelength, and it shows the relation of oxygen evolved or of carbon dioxide absorbed, so that we can study with the help of this graph. Children, next you have to study requirements for photosynthesis. Light, carbon dioxide, water and chlorophyll are essential requirements for photosynthesis. Without these requirements, we cannot imagine about photosynthesis. Light is needed, light is essential, and we can prove it with the help of experiment. Children, in class 10 you have studied the experiment which show that light, carbon dioxide, water and chlorophyll are essential for photosynthesis. So that experiment has given in your textbook also. Once more you read and you try to understand the different experiment, and you will do it in the laboratory also.